All right, let's have some fun today because a lot of times we cannot gain any understanding or wisdom from even somebody else talking, meaning a lot of people can't listen to a Democrat, meaning a lot of people cannot listen to a Republican. Some people won't listen to a Christian preacher. Some people will. And why is that? Why do we automatically shut our minds off and cannot gain any sense of learning or understanding of either the opposition or gain wisdom from something where wisdom can be had? You don't have to believe in everything that the other person is saying, but there could be nuggets of truth that you might want to pay attention to so you can grow as a human and not just automatically discount somebody because you fundamentally disagree with their main politics or their main religion or their main whatever. You know, it's important. So we're going to have a little fun. I want us to think about this. And y'all, I would like to know if y'all actually agree with some of these statements. And who do you think might have said it? Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. I think that's a pretty good thing. Like, you should love. You shouldn't hate because hate only breeds hate. More hate brings more hate. It's just what happens. Well, Buddha said it. A lot of people won't like that because they don't like or understand Buddha. Well, Buddha's not my Jesus, so I can't pay attention to what Buddha says. You know, that's kind of insanity to me, really. But how about this? The kingdom of God is within you. I like that. I think it's pretty damn good because I think all of us have divinity. Infinite energies are obviously flowing through us all. So how could God not be inside of us? Like, it doesn't make any sense to think otherwise, I don't think. But who said that? Yeah, it was Jesus. But it sure does sound like something that Buddha would say. It does. It sounds like something Buddha would say. And if you like this conversation and this discussion so far, y'all should probably go get some Sinless because it's awesome. Start your day fresh with Sinless and embrace a healthier you and the planet. Confidence that lasts all day, keeping you fresh and ready for anything. Choose Sinless today and embrace a fresher, healthier tomorrow. Click now to grab yours today. Unwind with peace of mind, knowing you're using the purest ingredients. Choose Sinless today and embrace a fresher, healthier tomorrow. Click now to grab yours today. How about this one? We do not desire peace because we are afraid of war, but because we long for peace and we long for freedom. Y'all say Trump? No, it's this Yahoo. It's yeah, so this guy is saying something that he obviously does not believe in, but you can still take wisdom from, people you don't really believe in. You can look at what he said and go, okay, I do agree with that, even though I know he may be a liar. But you still can gain something. How about this? It is time to end the forever war. Golly. Well, we got another warmonger. It would be this guy. So it's pretty fun. So some people love this guy, some people don't. But he still said something good. We should end forever wars. Well, we should do that. How about we are not defined by the color of our skin, the figure on our paycheck, or the party of our politics. Rather, we are defined by our shared humanity. Yeah, who do y'all think said that?
MLK.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, can you believe it? It's unbelievable. Like this guy, just like the rest of them, they are extremely polarizing figures, right? You either love this guy, you hate him. And especially after what's happened today around the world and these crazy times that we're entering, that's a funny statement coming from a guy like him. Enduring security and lasting peace do not require perpetual war. That's interesting to me too. This was the guy who got the Nobel Peace Prize for bombing people. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how this works. But I wanted to list a series of U.S. presidents to start there because they are very polarizing. The country is split and it is bad. And I don't think we can trust any of them. But do they occasionally have something really valuable to say? Can you garner information to help plan for your own future? I would say, yeah. I think it would have been really smart if everybody in the country probably bought a couple of oil contracts Friday afternoon. everybody would have made a little money. It's kind of a sad situation. How about this? I believe in the brotherhood of all men, but I don't believe in wasting brotherhood on anyone who doesn't practice it with me. I was kind of weird on this one. I was like, I agree with that, and then I don't agree with it because, you want to give everybody a shot. I don't want to just not practice being a brother to somebody who's maybe not. Then the more you think about it, he's right. I can't waste my time on somebody who's not going to reciprocate with the brotherhood. Right, like it's impossible. You don't have. If Ricky was always mean and ass to me, there'd be no way I could always be nice. Right, in the same back. If I was always mean and rude and dismissive of Ricky, there's no way he would want to continue a relationship. And like it's impossible. So I really agree. Like you want to be a brother and have a brotherhood in a community, but if some people are not receptive, then you can't really do anything about it. Nor should you do much. There's nothing to do except have an open arms, I suppose. But this guy was crazy, and he was awesome. If y'all don't know anything about Malcolm X, he is one of the greatest individuals that has ever lived, and I say that for a very specific reason. He practiced being self-aware. He constantly evolved his entire life. Whenever he saw that he was on the wrong path of something or his religious leaders were doing things that were inappropriate, he went, I need to rethink this. And it was a struggle for him. And he goes, all right, well, maybe I made a mistake. I dislike the color of these people's skin. I don't want to be a part of them. And then you go and you pray with them and meditate with them and you realize, oh, wow, I do love them. We do have something in common. Like to see somebody actually progress in their life it's pretty amazing. Oh yeah, everybody get my book. This is a book. It's fantastic. I thank all of y'all because this thing is just like flying. Like it's doing outrageously well, and people are getting some value from it. So thank you very much. And let's say if you're not a born again Christian, you're a failure as a human being. I kind of disagree with that. Especially since there's about 5 billion non-Christians in the world. It seems 4.
Christians can't agree on what it means.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Christians cannot agree on how to baptize somebody, for example, or all sorts of things. This guy, the so-called moral majority leader in the 80s. Yeah, I kind of disagree with that, but there are a lot of people that would fundamentally fight you and get upset with you and wish you to burn in hell forever because you don't agree with exactly the way they agree. But does he sometimes say something of wisdom? Probably. I haven't heard it, but he probably has. Doesn't mean we should automatically discount him. How about service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth? I really like that. That's a good quote, isn't it? I think that's a really good one. I like it a lot. Muhammad Ali, who loved to beat the crap out of everybody. But he's a polarizing figure too, and I think it's appropriate for today that we even have him on a slide because his real name was Cassius Clay. He had a really, really public fight with the United States government because he did not want to go to Vietnam. He said, those people did not do anything to me, and I'm not going over there to kill them. I'm not doing it. And so he faced a long time in jail, and the Supreme Court ended up letting him on religious grounds. It was really, really strange. But that is, a lot of people hated him back then. A lot of people still do that are older. Can't stand him. But he's also a hero, and he did say some of the most profound and wise statements a man could ever say. I believe that every single event in life is an opportunity to choose love over fear. That is a fact. And that's really hard to do, man, to try to love somebody when you got high anxiety, or you're worried about the bills, or you're worried about this, you're worried, am I doing the right thing with my kid over here? Am I doing this thing? And to fill yourself full of love can be really tough, really tough. Say it's Mario's girlfriend. It's tough. It's tough to love, isn't it, Mario? Sometimes it is. But I don't like this lady particularly. I particularly don't care for her. But at the same time, you can look at somebody you disagree with and go, all right, somebody like her still is worthy of some respect. Because it is not easy to build a media empire. It's not easy to have that kind of work ethic for a long time. Most people don't. Most people would not take the kind of risk she took. And even though I can't stand her as a human, I can't say that. That's not right. I don't like a lot of her actions. That's a better way to say it. But you can still find some, not in all people, but in most people we disagree with, we can find some common ground. It doesn't always have to be just because you're X means I'm Y and I am never going to look or listen to your X. Love is the answer, and you know that for sure. I think that's true, but that's tough, man. It's such an abstract thing, and we have what is love? That's a whole other topic, a whole other day of conversation. What is love? And how is it the answer? Well, this guy thought it was the answer. And John Lennon was a polarizing figure because he was anti-war, and they tried to kick him out. He had a major fight with the immigration office right before he was assassinated. And most people, a large portion of the country, wanted him gone after everybody loved him so much as a Beatle because he was anti-war. He was anti-being an accomplice to crime, and I agree. Good for him. Love is the most important thing in the world. We were born to love, and we must learn to love. Mike Tyson, baby. I mean, can you imagine the guy had so much anger in his heart for so long for his circumstances in life? He could actually say that, like, love, baby, it's love. It's love. After you, he had his famous saying that you always have a plan until you get hit in the face. And that's true with everything in life. Metaphorically, we get hit in the face all the time, but we should still try to find some humbleness, some reducing our ego a little bit, and show some love and compassion. Speaking of love, there's my beautiful wife. Look at that. We're just talking about love. And so I devoted my life to the cause of civil liberties and civil rights to all mankind in an effort to bring about peace on earth. That's a big statement. Can you imagine devoting your whole life to civil liberties and civil rights and hoping you're going to be peaceful? And, I don't know. That's a tough one. It seems like that would be some kind of big political leader. But no, it's Hustler, Larry Flint, the porn king. So could about half of the United States even listen to anything that guy would ever say? The answer is no. But he wanted everybody to have their civil rights, and he fought for it, and he fought for it hard. I don't particularly like him, but he did do some really cool things. So do we discount everybody? Just discount them. Oh, that guy does that. He's a porn purveyor. I am never listening to anything that guy says. But man, he had some of the biggest fights for every individual American, for American freedom and the First Amendment this country has ever seen. Without his fights, this world, this country would be a lot different. And a lot of people automatically discount him. And why? No prophet is accepted in his own country. Surely everybody here knows who that is. Yeah. So Jesus, it's all Jesus. It's however you pronounce his name, because there weren't any J's 500 years ago and before. So however you say that. Yeah, I think that's true. I mean, anybody, most smart people that I know, including all y'all, most of y'all are smart. We do have a couple of dummies here. But, and Noah raised his hand, and I'm one. I've seen that a lot of times. You grow up with somebody, and you often wonder, well, I know them. I went to school with them. Well, why are they so successful? Or why are they so this? Why are they so in great shape? Why do they have everything? The pretty wife, nice house, nice car. I hate them. Can't stand them. I don't want to ever listen to anything they say. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it a bunch. Because, and if he tried to tell you, you wouldn't listen. If you went up to somebody like that, you wanted to, that you were jealous of or envious of, and how'd you do that? How'd you do it? You wouldn't listen anyway, because you have dislike and jealousy in your heart. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. What's up, kids? Come on in. You can tell us who said it. We don't have to close our ears and our hearts off just because we don't like somebody's main philosophy. I think that we have the ability to learn from almost everybody. Like, we've all been around somebody that in our mind we judge as being dumb. I mean, I'm responsible for this a lot. I'll be talking with somebody and it's obvious they have no clue what they're talking about. And I instantly think, oh God, what a dumbass. Why am I even talking to this person? It happens every time I have coffee with Steve. And I'm joking, Steve. I love you. But we can. It's not difficult if we give it a little nudge, a little kick. Like, hey, let's live outside of our comfort zones. Let's be a little bit more willing. I think we can love our neighbors, we can love ourselves, and we can love the infinite. Like we can. I think loving ourselves allows us to love our neighbors. Loving our neighbors allows us to connect broader with the infinite energies we can never understand. We'll never understand. Like you got back from your Indian reservation, and y'all have all kinds of cool spiritual practices that a Christian or Muslim would not get. Like they just wouldn't understand it. At all. And there are things that you wouldn't understand about what they do, but because so many of people at your reservation, people in all those different cultures, a lot of them do love themselves, and they have found friends in others and love in others, and they are able to connect to the infinite in their own way. And can we gain some wisdom or understanding from them? Yes. Should we automatically discount them because they have a thing on their head? I don't think so. I mean, when I was in the Middle East, they were the most helpful, friendly people ever. I mean, they were outrageous. They were super nice. I've met some Indians that were just fantastic. I mean, like, and Indians, like both parts. Indians and in North American Indians. We should walk around and remind ourselves when we start to feel closed off that, hey, let's stop that. Let's stop that. That other human being sitting right there has emotions. They're fearful. They don't understand this world just like you don't. And we can't have a big open heart. And I think it makes a big difference to have communities like this, for us to have friends and maintain and build those relationships and support each other. And listen to somebody else. Practice the art of communication. Practice the art of actually listening without being an interrupting doo-doo head. I think it's important. And if y'all like this, come out. Every Sunday, 1:15, we would love to have you. And all this group, we got a fantastic group out here, and they're really just nice. And if you like hugs, you'll get some. And if you don't, well, you might get some anyway. Sorry about it. See ya.